Hey guys, alright, look, I didn't take the time to flip this video, so you'll have to deal with the fact that I'm on the wrong side of the car. But I wanted to take a minute. I'm out and about and on my way home, and I figured I would take a second and talk about, well, I was going to talk about the Oscars, but you know what, the hell with the Oscars. I mean, honestly, a whole bunch of people who take private airplanes from million-dollar mansions, one of several million-dollar mansions, I might add, which they heat and cool and run the heater in the pools for, and whatever, for those people to all get together and lecture the rest of us on how sacrifices are going to have to be made in the name of global warming and whatever is just ridiculous. And for those people to get together and talk to us about tolerance is just astonishing. What amazes me most about celebrities is how people care what they think about things that aren't anything to do with what they do. Look, I think Scarlett Johansson is a reasonable human being. I'm sure she would be fun to hang out with. She's obviously driven. She's obviously not a stranger to hard work. She obviously has a level of personal willpower to get up in the morning and go to the gym and eat the right food and do all the things. Not saying she has an easy job. As she wants to talk to me about business, I'm all ears. She wants to talk to me about keeping personal discipline, I'm with it. She wants to talk to me about Hollywood and even acting, because I have found her to be a fine actress in some cases. Lay it on me. I'm all ears. She wants to start talking to me about politics. Well, she's no different than anyone else, and certainly, given her circumstances, has less of a grip on things than maybe the average person. So, but it just astonishes me that there are people who sit around and they're essentially going, you know what I'm saying is right because the guy that made Firefly agrees with me. Or, you know, I must be thinking the right thing because Iron Man says I am right. Or, gee, I don't really know what to think about this topic. I really wish that hot blonde with the great ass would tell me what I wanted to hear. Or, you know, like any of that. I don't understand that worshipfulness of Hollywood. The idea that because they're famous or pretty, they have something important to say on the rest of it. Now, obviously, they have a platform, so their voice is going to be louder. And it's worth hearing the thoughts. There are some very intelligent people in Hollywood who occasionally do have smart things to say on other topics. I'm just saying, as a whole, the answer is no. All right, so that aside, let's talk White House Correspondents' Dinner. So there's a lot of people, and this is part of the standard Trump attack, where the press gets as angry as it wants to get, gets as insulting and baseless and cutting as it chooses. And then if Donald Trump responds, it's all, he's a bully, he's thin-skinned, whatever. Do you not recognize this? This is the tactics of the left applied socially in exactly the same way they apply it with terrorism, for instance. Terrorism is nothing if not the same thing. It's a group of people stabbing you, bombing you, attacking you, lobbing mortars over your walls, trying to kill you, talking about killing you, wishing they could kill you, doing videos about killing you. And then when you show up at their border, and or when they show up at your border and then you deny them coming in, they're like, oh, you're just scared or racist or evil. And it's the same bullying pattern, right? You bully, you bully, you bully, you bully, you bully, and then if somebody acts back, then you go, aha, see, you're thin-skinned, or you're xenophobic, or you're racist, how dare you? And that only works as long as you have the illusion of the moral high ground, as long as you can portray yourself as the victim. And the problem with the media right now is they can't portray themselves that way. Nobody is buying that silliness anymore. Nobody believes that the media is the victim in their relationship with Donald Trump. And as such, all their attempts to bully him and then shame him for responding to their bullying is falling flat. Now, the White House Correspondents' Dinner is normally a place where those weapons are put aside. And of course, for the last 8 years, it's just been an opportunity for a mutual love fest between the President Obama and the media. But now, instead of being neutral ground where maybe biting humor could be had, but at least it was humor, instead of coming together in true fashion of the current context, the media decided to weaponize it. And it was the media that did that. It was CNN and Bloomberg and a couple other places that talked about boycotting the White House Correspondents Center. They made it political. They made it a tool of policy. They made it a weapon. And because he's smarter than the average bear, Donald Trump said no. He said, if you, CNN and Bloomberg, are going to weaponize the White House Correspondents Center by threatening to boycott, then instead of spending weeks being threatened and whatever, and are you coming and are you not coming, and the story being about you, I'm just going to skip it. I'm going to remove the weapon that you are using. I'm going to remove your ability to hold that thing hostage. And they are livid about it, because the one thing CNN and Bloomberg hates, and the media hates right now, is when someone takes away their ability to make a story all about them. It removes their power, and they are screaming and squealing like stuck pigs about it. And it is amazing to watch. And so, do I think Donald Trump is a coward for not going to the White House Correspondents' Dinner? No. I think it was smart. I think it was a perfect way to defang a weapon, because we wouldn't have heard just about the Correspondents' Dinner. We would have had endless hours of analysis about who was going and who wasn't going and all the rest of it, and it would have been ridiculous. And he was smart. And frankly, if I was him, I would go ahead and counter-program something for the same time. Go on Hannity, go on Tucker Carlson, grab Facebook Live and talk to us for a while, and let them do their thing and you go ahead and do yours. Because all of their complaining that this is a presidency that doesn't want to talk to the people, all their complaining, it falls flat when you talk to us. Keep doing what you're doing and it is going to be just fine. Anyway, for the rest of you, this has been Herd Watching. The other day I recorded about an hour and 15, an hour and a half of discussion with a couple other people in sort of a roundtable format. The audio is a little iffy. I'm working on pulling out a little bit of echo, but you can definitely hear what we're saying. I'm going to cut the video together. It was all a little run and gun, but I think the discussion is fun, and it's a direction I want to move in with Herd Watching. So I'm going to edit that together, and I'll get it up over the next couple of days. As always, folks, thanks for watching. Please like and share this video with anybody you think might be interested in political commentary going forward. Pro-Trump, anti-Trump, doesn't matter to me. Share it with them, and I'm happy to talk to anybody as long as you're respectful in the discussion. Take it easy.